Okay, guys, here's just a quick review on your basic factoring. So, factoring is when I take this trinomial and I want to find the two binomials that multiply to equal it. It's the opposite of the multiplying binomials that we just did. The only two things that would multiply to get x squared are x and x. That's your first eyebrow. X times x is x squared. Now I have choices for 18. The things that would multiply to 18 are 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. But they have to add to negative 9. The only way two numbers are going to multiply to a positive and add to a negative is if they're both negative. Which of these, if they were both negative, would add to a negative 9? Well, it must be 3 and 6. Mrs. Jones recommends that you always check your smiles to make sure you got that middle term. It's easy to check the eyebrows, but the smiles are a little more difficult. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 6 times x, negative 6x. That does indeed add to negative 9x. Please don't make an error because you didn't check your smiles. One more example with some different signs. This has to be x times x. But to end with a negative, I have to have 1 plus 1 minus. My choices are 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. Which two could possibly, if one were positive and one were negative, add to a negative, oh, that's an imaginary 1. It has to be the two that are 1 unit apart. Since it's a negative, the bigger one has to be negative. Negative 4 minus 4 plus 3. When I check my smiles, I get 3x, negative 4x. That does indeed add to negative 1. So there's my answer. This has been a quick little factoring review by Mrs. Jones.